Every time a light is switched on, a phone is charged, or a server farm hums to life, it runs on alternating current electricity. The entire modern world is powered by a single, invisible system designed by one man. Yet the architect of that system died completely alone. In January 1943, an 86-year-old Nikola Tesla was found dead by a maid in room 3327 of the New Yorker hotel. He was essentially broke. Before the public even knew he was gone, the FBI moved in. Agents seized his research notes and classified them, concerned that his advanced concepts and theoretical weapons might fall into the wrong hands during the Second World War. Meanwhile, his greatest rival, Thomas Edison, a man who cheated Tesla out of tens of thousands of dollars and spent years running a vicious public campaign against him, died as one of the wealthiest and most celebrated figures in American history. Tesla held over 300 patents, laying the groundwork for radio, robotics, and wireless communication. Looking at how a prolific mind was sidelined and forgotten exposes exactly how American innovation treats those who refuse to prioritize profit. When Tesla arrived in America in 1884, he had exactly 4 cents in his pocket. What he also had was an extraordinary cognitive ability. He could design complex machines entirely in his imagination, mentally test them, modify the parts, and build them in reality exactly as he had visualized. He went to work for the most famous inventor in the country. Thomas Edison recognized his talent immediately, offering the immigrant inventor $50,000 if he could fix the glaring inefficiencies in Edison's direct current infrastructure. This diagram illustrates the problem with Edison's direct current system. Direct current loses power to resistance in the wires over long runs. It could only transmit electricity short distances, meaning you needed a power station every mile or so just to keep a city running. Tesla's alternating current solved this gracefully. By changing the current's direction many times per second, the system steps up the voltage for long-distance transmission and then steps it back down through transformers for safe use in homes. One station could effortlessly power an entire region. Tesla spent months successfully redesigning Edison's equipment, but when he went to collect his payment, Edison laughed. He refused to hand over the $50,000, brushing the promise off as a piece of American humor that Tesla simply didn't understand. Tesla resigned immediately. Edison knew his entire business empire was built on an inferior product. Rather than building a better system to compete, he chose to protect his massive financial investments through deception. Edison launched the War of Currents. To maintain his monopoly, his team began publicly electrocuting dogs, calves, and horses using alternating current, inviting journalists to watch. He even lobbied to ensure alternating current was used in New York's newly invented electric chair, deliberately trying to terrify the public into associating Tesla's technology with death. But Tesla found a powerful backer in George Westinghouse, an industrialist who bought the alternating current patents, determined to prove their superiority over Edison's crumbling grid. The decisive blow landed at the 1893 World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago. Westinghouse won the contract, and Tesla designed the system. When the switch was thrown, 27 million attendees watched alternating current safely and brilliantly illuminate the massive fairgrounds. The technology had won, but the financial toll was heavy. In the early 1890s, Westinghouse admitted that the massive royalty payments on Tesla's patents were driving his company toward bankruptcy. Tesla did the unthinkable. He tore up his royalty contract on the spot, abandoning what would have become one of the largest personal fortunes in history. He gave away billions in modern value simply because he believed in the work. Tesla possessed a trait that proved fatal in a purely capitalist society. He cared deeply about delivering his invention to the world and completely ignored the mechanics of extracting personal wealth from it. That selflessness allowed him to complete his greatest engineering achievement. In 1895, the massive turbines Tesla designed successfully harnessed the power of Niagara Falls, sending electricity surging 20 miles away to industrialize Buffalo. With alternating current established, his mind moved to a wildly ambitious new concept. He theorized that the Earth itself could be used as a conductor to transmit electrical power wirelessly. He envisioned a system where anyone, anywhere, could draw power straight from the air. To build the prototype facility on Long Island, known as Wardenclyffe Tower, he secured funding from the most powerful banker in the country, J.P. Morgan. Morgan backed the project fully expecting it to yield a highly profitable, easily monopolized wireless communication network. But Nikola Tesla eventually revealed his true vision. The tower would transmit free electricity to the entire globe. Upon realizing there was no way to put a meter on this technology and charge individual customers for it, Morgan abruptly pulled his funding. Without Morgan's capital, the project entirely collapsed. It exposed a harsh reality of commercial finance. Investors require a mechanism of capture. If a technology cannot be metered and sold, the capitalist machine will not fund it. Bankrupt after pouring his own money into the tower, Tesla spent his final decades living in a series of New York hotels. His mental health deteriorated into severe obsessive-compulsive behaviors, and the scientific establishment he had helped build increasingly dismissed him as an eccentric. While he fed pigeons in the park, others capitalized on his intellectual property. Guglielmo Marconi won the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1909 for inventing the radio, utilizing patents clearly relying on Tesla's prior art. The United States Supreme Court eventually ruled that Marconi's key patents were invalid and legally recognized Tesla as the true inventor of the radio. But that ruling came down in 1943, months after Tesla was already in his grave. Men like Edison and Marconi became celebrated household names, securing massive fortunes by commercializing innovation. Tesla's legacy took a different form. It lives invisibly inside every electrical outlet in the world. The distance between creating something profound and profiting from it is enormous. Tesla gave us the grit that runs modern civilization. He lit the world, and because he refused to prioritize